researched on? No problem. PWC, okay. Which is the second one?
H2S.
H2S.
Active skill. It's located in Noida, separate meeting, right? Actually, I would like to clear it too. They need a AI module expert, but I did research their expectations, so they just they ready for the
Okay.
and the third one is M2 MIT in Noida.
M2?
M2 MIT.
Okay.
In Noida.
Okay.
And the last one is Reskill.
Reskill. Okay. Are all these AI companies specialized in?
They are actually not completely AI, but they do invest or they do hire people who are from the domain of AI or ML.
Okay. All right. Any other companies? Yeah.
So IBM,
Okay.
Jetpack,
Okay.
and so Tower Research Capital.
Okay.
It's an HFT. And so Paytm is also hiring AI engineers, but right now it's currently in flop, so it has cut down on its operation.
Okay.
And most of the companies are startups that are in Gurgaon and as well as in Bangalore.
Okay. So, some of the company names he talked about are what? IBM, Jetpack. Okay. Are these companies specializing in AI? No, yes. Yes. They are all mixed skill companies, right? AI is small part of the organization. Okay. I am still yet to hear, except for H2S probably, I am yet to hear companies that specialize in AI. They are usually startups. Yeah.
Sir, Zupi, it is a Ludo game company which specially hires data science for its team because उनका सारा algorithm उस पे चलता है.
Okay. What is the name of the company?
Sir, Zupi, you must have seen ads in on television.
Okay. Okay. There are some very popularly listed companies.
Oracle, Zomato, Oracle.
Okay. Are these startups?
No.
Small companies specializing in AI?
Zomato is in startup. Zomato is in startup. So was in startup.
Was. Okay.
And
All right.
Salesforce is also an big company. And AWS,
Okay.
Amazon Web Services.
All right. So we are still not able to. Okay. Now let us do one more exercise. Okay. This is actually something that we saw. Mr. Madhav Visa was talking about, right? It is about solving a problem, right? It's a problem solving using AI. Okay, what are the areas? Forget the companies now. Okay, what are the areas where AI is getting deployed? Any idea? If you can just take 3 minutes and do it. Areas of application. You please write it. Areas of, see the way we need to, so please understand that when we are looking at opportunities, right, research is a very important thing. There are various ways you can run a research. You can basically research on companies directly. You can look at areas where AI is getting deployed, right? Or you can also look at where are the AI clusters. Like for example, we have clusters in Gurgaon, we have clusters in Bangalore, we have clusters in Hyderabad. So there are various ways you need to research. I mean, I'm telling you, it's very important for us to research so that we actually approach these companies correctly. Yep. Okay, now let us look at the areas where AI is getting deployed. Let's finish. Confused? You're done? Hang on, let others finish. Done? Okay, anybody, you wanted to go first?
So basically, generative AI is something and this revolves around special type of database known as vector database. So there is a new startup known as Single Store. They provide scalable vector database services in the
Okay, what is the name of the company? Single Store. Single Store. Okay. Okay, so what is the area? Vector database. Okay. Anybody else?
consumer profiling, like all the big social media companies use the collect the data, they bring it to organization, and through that they do customer segmentation from clustering and predictive analysis, and it reduces the marketing cost, improves the repeat rate of the company. So it is very much employed in marketing field.
Okay. Any examples of companies doing this job?
Sir, all the social media companies do this.
Okay.
They collect the consumer data and whenever you go SEO optimization of business, it does work in a way like, for example, you are searching gulab jamun on Swiggy today and you are also having a gym profile. So, gym profile company will know that you are going to leave the company and you have left the gym today, for example. So it can pitch it to the Swiggy and Zomato that this person has stopped coming to the gym and he will most likely go back to his previous habits of eating a gulab jamun. And the Swiggy and Zomato will pitch it to you that gulab jamun habits and maybe you have a point.
So have we observed that actually we are already seeing it in practice, right? If you look at some of the jobs on LinkedIn, how many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Okay. How many of you have searched jobs? Okay. Next time when you log into LinkedIn, does it pop out all the possible job opportunities in that area? Again, that is every like even if you look for shoes on Amazon or you looked at another site, if you look in Tata Click, a couple of pairs of shoes, the minute you log into any other Facebook or any other social media site, it will start showing various shoes similar to what you browsed on the other place. So there is a lot of AI being already in place. There is a lot of data analytics. There is machine learning and whatever that's being deployed in marketing, right? So the reason why I am doing all this is that if you are looking at employment, you have to use your natural intelligence to get artificial intelligence jobs, right? So do a lot of research, figure out what are the companies. So that is a part of your role. Please understand that taking a leaf out of the IIMs, taking a leaf out of SP Jain, any one of these colleges that we are talking about, the students are spending a lot of time analyzing which are the companies they need to invite, okay, which are the companies they need to approach, right? So that is the way most of these, and no placement officer has enough time to do all this. It is all the students that who are actually doing it. Okay. Having said that, okay. So coming back to a lot of work that you need to do. Other than that, who are the other people who need to be involved? So we have management, of course. Your college management will be involved. Professors, students, placement officer, and the creative team. Again, the creative team is going to be somebody who is among you, creating those amazing, collaterals, what we call, right? So here we have briefly also listed what is the role of the faculty members here. Let's look at it. So, let me just give you a little background as to how I think most of you said that when we are talking about campus placements, right, it is not a one-time activity, it is not a seasonal activity, it is a perennial activity. Okay, so here if you look at, most important thing here is industry connect and networking. Okay, how many of you are right now doing industry connect and networking, including the professors here? How many of you are proactively approaching some of the companies?
Not like Instagram, but I do happen to participate in a lot of tech summits on Twitter, X.
Okay, tech summits. Okay, anybody else?
Go to meetups and meetings that people networking and talk about their projects and we actually attend hackathons and some.
Yeah. Okay. For? You'd get reference from where? You've been approaching them. You're connecting with them. Okay. So, yeah. Different hackathons. Okay. Okay.
So to go to conferences and seminars and attend and do one-to-one conversation with the HRs and the project managers to know more about what's going in the industry.
Okay, so if you really look at it, one of the most important aspects that most institutions follow is industry connect. Okay, one is attending hackathons or conferences. It is not just attending and probably participating and coming back. How many people are able to manage relationship with these people? That's a very important aspect of going. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir, I did manage. So there was a conference in Gurgaon of Ethereum. So when I went there, I connected with the startup founders who came from all across the globe. One of them was Bangalore founder who was currently working on a Bitcoin avatar staking company, and I connected with them, and we regularly share information till now.
Okay. Okay. So how does that translate into an effort for the college?
So to ask him if he can come to my college, and also if our students can get a chance to work for his company, or in any way we can help him for the experience.
Okay. So coming back to that point, one of the most significant things that need to happen is that through the year, okay, professors or students for that matter, if you can connect with the industry, ask them, you participating in conferences, conducting seminars in colleges, like for example whatever is happening today. I think you have one of the professors coming tomorrow. So if we are going to continuously engage, and also very important here is that you also look at people who are hiring at this point of time. Okay, look at, like for example, there were companies like, I don't know if you have heard of these companies called Spine, S-P-Y-N-E. Have you, please check it out. S-P-Y-N-E is in Gurgaon. They are hiring actively. Then there is a company called Aviros, A-V-I-R-O-S. Yeah? Okay. So these are some of the companies. So if you really look at, you also look at the top 10 AI companies in Gurgaon. Look at top 10 AI companies in Bangalore. Look at top 10 AI companies in Hyderabad. So these are the centers where AI is really, catching up. Then you also have ML, that is machine learning, right? There are a lot of companies which use computer vision, right? They are doing a lot of, it's a combination, computer vision, machine learning and artificial intelligence. These all are basically bundled together. Also very interestingly, if you look at our own armed forces, right? Armed forces is significantly using computer vision, machine learning and artificial intelligence in the borders. Okay, I had the good fortune of working with a company which basically set up almost 20,000 cameras along the border. Data was being collated. These were, again, we to call them as image processing. You guys know it better. I'm not a tech guy, right? We're talking about image processing here, and these cameras would capture the images, detect them for friendly movement and hostile movement, right? So friendly is our own soldiers, Hostile is people who are basically trying to cross the border. It could also be the various forces on the Pakistan border. I can't really tell the name of the company because they do not have a website, and we worked with them for almost 2 years. We could not use their logo or the name anywhere, so I can't still do it. Okay, because it's considered to be confidential and things like that. Okay, and not just that, this company basically use the same technology to do a lot of, somebody was talking about segregation of, product utilization. There are cameras now today sitting in a lot of retail shops. I'm sure you all know it's not a big deal for you guys, but for us it's still a big deal, right? If you smile or frown when you hold a particular product from the shelf, it captures and says how many people smiled holding Complan and how many people actually frowned, right? So all that is being deployed, a lot of retail. So it is for you to figure out who are these people and get them to your college. So in the next 18 months, right, one is to get somebody from HR to come here and talk about it. The next is, we always call hiring managers. So who are hiring managers? People, not HR. Okay, not HR. These are the people, like for example, you said you went to hackathon, Avairos, right? Just as an example. So who is the actual person who needs these people? It could be a tech lead, it could be a project manager or somebody like that. Please remember, talent acquisition team or recruitment team, they only facilitate for the recruitment. But actually people who need them are your project managers or the technical managers. It is very important for us to connect with these people because they influence talent acquisition teams to tell them and say, go get people from VIPS, that's the way it works. Okay, so we will actually create one team of all the professors and other things, and we should basically, one is to attend, other one is to invite them. Like we can also have panel discussions, right? Typically, and for panel discussions, you can call talent acquisition managers or HR managers in these colleges. Get them to, spend time with you. Please remember, you should be in their line of sight. That is exactly what it means. So if you are going, let me tell you, in the last 25 years, we get a mail from some colleges, right, saying that we are actually, our students are ready for a, campus placement, so why don't you come? Now you tell me, today in this, what we call highly over-communicated world, right, how many mails do you get? And how many of us are even going to take notice of it? Right. There are, at least for me, in my inbox, every day I get about 200 mails. Some from the bank, which says I can give you loan, some which basically says you have not paid the loan, right? And some people offering you credit card. You tell them I already have money, they'll still say that is why we are giving you credit card. Right? People who really need money, banks won't give money. Right? And there are people who are marketing their cosmetics, their costumes and everything. In between there is one mail which says, right now for example, there is a mail coming from WIPS to me saying that our student, there are 40 AI ML students available, or AI data science students available. It gets tucked in and I won't even open it. Right? So it is not going to work. It's really not going to work. So only when you have a personal rapport, only when there is already a connect, you'll always open those mails where you see a name and that name sounds something to you. Right? So that is what we need to create in these next 18 months. Okay? Create networking lunches and dinners. Again, very, very important, gone to your college before the campus placement season starts. Your mentors, your technical, your industry connects should have visited the campus. If this is the first time they are coming for the campus placement, it means the process has not worked somewhere. Somebody from HCL, if they are going to come for the campus, So there must have been a mentor, there must have been a technical industry connect who has come in, visited the college, know your capability, hence they are coming. Otherwise, it is just a toss in this thing. You sent a mail, somebody fortunately responded. That's not a good scenario.
So, if the placement has to start by December, so what are the timelines? 6 months before we have to get them to visit or what?
No, I would suggest, so we are in February, right? We should actually start doing it now.
So before, at least ballpark figure 6 months before.
6-8 months, I would say.
Those are 8 semesters that people are not available, but they will be online test, complete internship.
That is
So we
why.
have to complete by the 7th semester end. To complete.
No, so the campus season is generally just before the start of the 8th semester, which is typically November, December.
Yes, sir, that time.
That is the target
Now
time.
they are in 6th semester. They would be in their 7th semester from August onwards. So we have a time frame from August to December.
Correct.
So let's say the next January onwards, they will be in the internship. 6 months.
Internship, yes.
So we have a time frame of August to December 24 itself.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Okay, so as I said, we need to have a committee in place, right? For that, why is a committee required? Follow up on the process. Please remember, every college has a process. And the process can be same or it can be different. It's fully up to the committee. Okay, firm up on the campus season dates, like we are talking now. When are we going to have our campus season? Right? Number 3, participation guidelines. Right? Like if the campus is heavily visible to the industry, right? We say campus guidelines can basically allow you to have 2 or 3 offers. But not too many industries are coming. Then we have a less number of industries. Then one person, if he gets an offer, he or she cannot participate for another offer because we want to give everybody an opportunity. These are the guidelines that are defined, like how and offer acceptance guidelines. I got an offer, but I don't like this company. Right? So whether you want to accept, whether you will be allowed to reject, these are again decided not by me or anybody, somebody from your committee that is formed. Then firm up on the communication protocol of companies. How do you communicate rejection? Like for example, we used to have scenarios where in the morning you went, basically did 30 interviews, made 4 offers, come back in the evening, all the 4 people have declined. Right? So what will happen? Please understand what will happen. You decline, next time that company will not come to your campus. Okay, so what are the communication guidelines? Who will communicate? What is the protocol? Right? Or will the college allow this company to negotiate again? There are a lot of colleges that will not allow negotiation. Okay, and there are also companies which say, this is the offer, if you reject, we will not come back. So there are various protocols here, and that needs to be decided. There is a lot of work to be done. Understanding the placement season and cycles. The regular placement cycle we have, which we discussed just now. Then we also have internship cycle. Okay, please remember that when people are sent on internship, it is actually 50% in being getting onboarded, right? Many companies will hire 600 people for projects. They will give them projects, watch these people, and by the end of April, they will make what we call the PPOs, pre-placement offer, right? So while this is a kind of offer which you can accept or decline, it is fully up to you. It does not stop you from attending the other placement process. Like we say, many companies have second round and third round hiring. Right? They came in the campus season, they met students, they made offers and went back. And after, this is the first round, right? And let us say that 30% of the offers got declined. Not just from your college, from various other colleges also. They come for a second round. Okay, and so there is other possibility which will happen in April. Even that fails, then they go into what we call the direct market, right? People will advertise and say, looking for referrals. So that is the third round. So these are various categories, and we have to have a plan. And I'm telling you, if we can win internships which will turn into PPOs, there's nothing like it. That's the best thing to happen. The reason is that you already are in love with the company is in love with you, only marriage has to happen. Right? So that is the best thing that can actually happen. So this is exactly how it works.
So the offer letter is like the
Mangal Sutra, 100%. Okay, and there you, once that is, okay, this is a little bit of a free marriage in the sense like, even after the Mangal Sutra, even here you are still free to choose the bride again. That means I say, okay, Mangal Sutra samne hai, it's up to me whether I want to tie it or not. Swayamvar. Okay, so I'll tell you one practice which is from my favorite company. I worked there for 5 years, Honeywell. So we used to make about 400 offers every. These are internships. There was no direct, participation in the placements. We never went to campus for making an offer. We only went to campuses to select students for the projects. They will get onboarded on 1st of Jan every year after 4 months. So there is what we call it as the appraisal for the interns. So we get a whole list. Okay, so we say this is the cutoff, and anybody who is will get an offer. Okay, the challenge with this is many people would have already got offers from the normal campus placement season from other companies. So now it is a fight. It is Honeywell versus the earlier offer, right? And I can tell you that 80% of the time we used to win hands down. It was very easy because the candidate has already spent time with us. He knows the nature of the work. He knows the manager. And most of the time when we do PPOs, the person will continue with the same manager. Right? So there is like, this is actually what we say love after the marriage. Right? So candidate has come, he's fallen in love with the manager and the company, so he will anyway accept the offer. And we used to win. That's what I'm saying. Most of the cases there were no rejections, but there are, of course, like there are people who pay a lot of money and pick them up. So then we don't. So then that gets replaced by some more people. So this is the process. If this process, if you can get 5 or 6 companies to come into the college, one, it takes care of your internship. Second, it will always get you a kind of a assurance that you are already placed, right? And you also know the nature of the work. So these are the two things. So when the committee is formed, we will also see. You will define rules like day 0, day 1. Don't look at the too much of definition there. I just put it for this thing, right? A lot of people say you are on day 1, you are on day 2. That means you are inviting companies on day 1, day 2, day 3. Yeah.
Sir, if you are getting any internship related to management, but we have to work for like IT further.
I didn't hear that.
Like हमें मैनेजमेंट की कोई इंटर्नशिप मिली रिलेटेड टू मैनेजमेंट एंड इन फ्यूचर लाइक हमें तो आईटी की जॉब के लिए जाना है या फिर आई थिंक तो
No. So
डूइंग मैनेजमेंट
internship for engineering colleges, you will not get management internships. You will get IT internships or your field only.
from other places if we are getting like from our own sources.
I'm not able to understand the question.
Asking that he is applying for any internship and is not getting any opportunity for IT place internship.
Okay.
So he should go for management. It will be good for him for the management internship.
For an engineering this thing, management internship is not a great idea. If you are planning to be on the tech side, better to get into a tech company for internship. Or you can even do internship in the college. that is also okay, rather than trying to opt out into a management internship. Have I answered your question? Okay.
Sir, in case I get the offer letter and I want to apply, so can
So, okay, it is at this stage, I really don't want to talk about it, because the committee has to decide what will be the process of acceptance and process of rejection, and whether you can put anything on hold. Companies won't wait. Companies will not wait. That's what I'm saying. Any campus offer has a validity. Okay, and typically the validity is 7 days.
We will tell you about all this.
Yeah.
We have found all the rules and regulations. We will tell you in due course of time.
Yeah, but generally campuses, companies won't wait. They will give you a 5-day or a 6-day time. After that, they move on. There are a lot of times we have seen people have accepted offer, celebrated, gone and had a nice party. Next day they come and declined. Okay, so everything is possible. Sometimes, yeah.
So many IT companies offer non-tech internships. So should we take or not?
Non-tech internships, I mean, one, they should not offer. Two, if they offer, please don't take it. Because there are specific, please remember that companies are hiring for a specific JD. Okay, even very large companies, there may be multiple roles, but they will all be tech roles.
So should we go with the IT company or with the IT job? Unless
It should be an IT job. Even in, that's what I'm saying. If a non-IT company offers you an IT job, please take it. If an IT company gives you a non-IT role, please don't take it. Okay. Again, so all these are decided by the committee, right? Offer acceptance guidelines. Like we have various categories of offers, right? Not decided, not from the company side, but the college or the student looks at it this way. It's my first offer, it's my second offer. Now I have a dream offer, right? And eligibility criteria to continue the process. Whether you got one offer, whether you are allowed to participate in with the other companies. All this is decided by the committee. So that is what needs to be put in place. Okay, cutoffs for participation in the process. Like for example, this is decided by the company, and sometimes the colleges also want to maintain their, image, right? So they will say, even before the season starts, they will say students are eligible for campus placement process who have scored above this percentage. That is also there. Many colleges don't want to field their not well performing students. So that is also there. Then you're forced to look at off campus. Okay? Okay, so preparing collaterals, what should be the overall content? This again has to be on the group that is actually formed. What's the USP? Why should one come to VIPS? This is a very important question. Why should anybody come to Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies? You should brainstorm, basically, earmark which are the products you want to put forward and make a collateral based on that. Okay, sometimes, some of the mission, vision statements of the organization may not be the best selling points to a company. So if you look at it and say, okay, this is the best way to project our college, right? Like many a times we say they are extremely, like for example, MBAs, they're very dynamic, have strong communication skills. They have worked on case studies, industry case studies, right? So these are the selling points, right? So you can always brainstorm and say, these are the 3-4 things I'm going to sell to the company. So make presentations, videos and campus walkthroughs. In our country, even today, our campus infrastructure sells, right? A lot of companies are, they feel good where the infrastructure is strong. So if the company has infrastructure, that can become a selling point. So you do a walkthrough, like our library, our labs, our faculty members, all that can be showcased. So this is again making the pitch, right? Who, when and how. Whether the student will make the pitch, what is the role of the placement officer, will he go and make the pitch? So that all that also is decided. When again, as I said, if you are building a relationship from 8 months before, I think your collaterals have to be ready in just like about 2 months from now. Okay, so coming back, the committee will also decide on certain other things, right? How do you manage the process? What are the logistics? What is the hospitality? Let me also tell you that the selection committee in the companies can be very finicky. Right? So like we say, oh, they never sent me, I was sitting in the bus stand and waiting, nobody came to pick me from the college. It can be a huge problem. He will come and he will not select anybody and go. Okay? These guys didn't even ask me for a cup of tea. Sitting there interviewing 100 students and not a cup of tea came to my table. It may look silly, but it decides a lot of things. A lot of careers are decided. Okay, so you have to be careful, and also what are the souvenirs, right? How do you basically, do you want to gift something? There are sensitive things, like typically, we used to have this, some colleges always give you a Ganesha or a Saraswati idol, and then, not the hedge, souvenirs are not the hedge, right? These are typically what we call the gifts that you send. So you have to be sensitive. Mementos, okay. You have to be sensitive of what you want to gift, right? All these things. So anyway, I'm just saying these are some examples of what makes or breaks a campus. Okay? Without naming the college,
so souvenirs can be a good part of the marketing for the college. For example, gifting something with the name of it's written on it. So when some person sees it, he will remember it.
Correct. That recall is important. So I mean, I'm just remembering this experience. I had a tough flight and then I landed into Bombay, and one of the colleges I was supposed to visit. So I called the placement office, not the officer. So I think one kid picked up. So I said, I am struggling to find this place. Is there any help that I can get? You know what he told me? He said, my campus is full of talent. If you want, you will find a way. This is exactly what he said. He told me the statement. Me in those days, I took the next flight and went back. Okay. So and I sent a mail saying that we don't need that kind of talent in our office. Right? So be careful. Okay, so these are all the standard process that you will see in the placement season. The pre-placement talks, and there will be registration, resume shortlisting, and on. Okay, group discussion and written ability. So all these steps we have to prepare. You have to be prepared. We have to prepare you for that. How do you face technical and HR interviews? We have also seen a lot of people flunk the HR interview. It's a significant because people take it easy. Once they have cleared the technical interviews, they think they will walk through. Okay. So how do you face a HR interview? Why is there a HR interview? Right. We do a lot of what we call the cultural fit for your organization. Right, somebody is too aggressive, right, and he is going to be very dashing, and he will say, "I'll win the world." Some companies don't like it. They'll say, you be part of our company, we will tell you what to do. Right? In such cases, there is a cultural mismatch. Right? So that is why we do HR interviews. Then there is a job offer and then acceptance and joining. So that is all I had.